We're talking about, do you call your in-laws mom and dad? Or do you call them by their first name? And I don't have a problem calling them mom and dad at all. But apparently,
you have called them that.
Yeah, but apparently
for years.
But apparently, I live in the 1960s.
I
according
think
to
you do.
Guys.
I think Samantha Stevens is online too for you, and she wants to talk to you. To me, that is something that my parents did. My parents, at least I know my mom, called my grandparents, her in-laws, mom and dad. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that. I call mine by their first names, and very rarely even that, because sometimes I feel very like it's not disrespectful, but I feel like I should say, Mr. and Mrs., but that's too formal. But calling them by their first names is too informal. Does that make sense?
So what do you say? Hey, you.
Hi.
Hey.
That's me. So Aaron's dad, I call him Mr. King. We've been together for 100 years, but I call him Mr. King. If I had a dad question, I would definitely go to him. But
Right.
Aaron's mom, on the other hand, I am tight with her. That is my girl, right? Because my own mom doesn't live here. So she is my mom. I can't call her mom. I can't call her by her name. I'll just be like, hey, babe. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, beautiful. I don't know what to, nothing feels normal.
Because I think, as we're talking about this, that it's still very common for people to call their in-laws mom and dad, but I don't know if that's still the case.
I think that's weird.
I feel like I need to take a poll of my friends now and come back with the results.
Yeah, come to think of it,
I
right?
feel like that is something that's outdated and doesn't happen anymore. But what do people call their in-laws
I think you'd be surprised.
now?
I don't know. Let's find out. What do you call your in-laws? Do you call them mom and dad? Do you call them by their first name? Or do you call them, hey, you?
How you doing, you there?
You?
Yes, you are back in the 60s.
Oh!
What'd you say?
I said, yes, you are back in the 60s.
Yeah, I figure.
You know what, though? It was a good place to be. This will really sound crazy, but I think it has to be whatever people are comfortable with. I remember always called my in-laws by their first name, and I know people who call them mom and dad. And, it's kind of like, are you grandma or Nana or Gigi or...
Well, that's true.
As long as it's all done in love, who cares?
Anything goes now with the grandparent names, that's for sure.
And I
yeah.
don't want to be called grandpa.
Plus,
I don't want to be called grandpa. I want to be called
What do they call you?
slick.
all right.
We're going over to Slick and Nana's. Whatever.
Well-
Happy birthday, Slick.
Getting your butt out of bed.
Jim, Carrie, and Angie in the morning.
On Classic Hits 101.7.